don't know me, my name is Althea Cooper, and I am a part of a 30-day live challenge. Today is day 4, and I have been taking anyone who wants to listen on a journey that I'm on to tell my story, more or less, of how I'm dealing with the things that are going on with me health-wise and more, but we're going to start with that. Yesterday I spoke about mindset adjustments and how I had to make sure that I was in the right mindset to be able to do things that I needed to do, uh, which really is now going to be a flashback to tell you all how things transpired from the beginning. I had just completed the 11th grade and was enjoying my summer break, very excited about graduating the next school year. But I noticed when I woke up in the morning especially, my left wrist began to hurt and swell from inflammation. My mom tried that old faithful remedy of Epsom salt and water as hot as I could stand it. It helped, temporarily, but the issue was still there. So my mom took me to my primary care physician, who referred me to a rheumatologist. Sorry about that, y'all. The physician told me of the diagnosis after running a lot of tests and X-rays. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. I had no idea what RA was at the time, but he explained it to me. And after explaining what it was to me, I was like, this man don't know what he's talking about. That's what old people get. Well, that's when he explained that it was in very rare cases, young people do develop RA. And then this doctor went on to tell me that there was no cure for the arthritis, or RA especially, and that I'd likely be in a wheelchair by the time I'm in my 20s, and that I would never have children. Well, I looked at my mom, and we finalized that appointment. And because I was reared with manners, I thanked him for his time. Then as my mom and I left his office, I looked at my mom and I told her, he's a liar. I'm going to find a cure. I'm going to get married. I'm going to have children. And my life is still, and live my life still walking past the age of 25. My mama, being the sweet lady she was, and cool and calm, she kindly smiled, gave me a hug as we walked to the bus stop, and then she said, "That's right, baby. That's right, my baby," in her New Orleans accent. I went on as if nothing was physically wrong with me. I believed I was in denial. It was my way of emotionally and mentally protecting myself until I can get a grip and figure out what to do. Fast forward to my college freshman year, it became more difficult to use my left hand as my bone deterioration increased. The doctors had prescribed medications that did nothing to help in the long term. They only dealt with the symptoms of the pain and the inflammation, not the underlying causes. Because of this, my symptoms worsened with every medication I took, from naproxen to gold treatments to a cortisone shot the day before our wedding. None of them helped. In other words, I felt more like a human guinea pig than a patient for this hospital. I decided to stop taking all prescribed medications at that point. My plan going forward is to tell you all what worked for me, what didn't work for me, and what I did that was harmful to my progress. I'll begin with the first thing I did. I called Joseph. He was my best friend and would always shoot it straight. Whether I liked it or not, or whether I agreed or not with his opinion. I needed that at that time because the doctors were failing me miserably. Joseph took me to a local health food store and began to show me the bulk herbs and organic food products that would change how I take care of my body temple. Of course, the book section drew my attention because I'm a nerd and love learning. The first book I picked up, which caught my immediate attention because of the cover's title and illustration, was entitled Dick Gregory's Natural Diet for Folks Who Eat, Cooking with Mother Nature. We went home and I read that book from cover to cover in 2 days because I was highlighting as I read. I probably would have finished sooner. It was a textbook for mindset adjustments and transitioning into a healthier way of life. Dick Gregory's unique humor made the delivery of his message easier to accept, yet it was direct and intentional. When I finished his book, I was convinced that I would become a fruitarian, consuming only water, fruits, and fruit juices. All I had in the refrigerator at that time was grapes, so I juiced a few pounds of grapes and drank it straight without cutting it with water. Yo, I got drunk from grape juice that night and was giggling like a schoolgirl. Sorry about my alarm keep going off. Where was I? Oh, giggling like a schoolgirl. After sobering up and watching Joseph still laughing at me, I went to the health food store with him again and we purchased organic fruits and fruit juices and a lot of water. I remained on that regimen for 7 days. My energy level went through the roof. I'd never felt better. No pain, no inflammation existed. Through the years, I've learned more about the proper way to a healthier eating. We live. Everything happens when you're going live. I learned more about the proper way to healthier eating, yet I always attribute the beginning of the changes I made to Dick Gregory. I'll share more on tomorrow's live about what I did